Hi everyone, Matthew here at AAWeatherWatch, taking a look at the weather through the rest of the week and a quick look at things stand for the forthcoming weekend too. And it is good news as we look ahead. High pressure becomes increasingly influential to end the week. Certainly not seen much in the way of high pressure this month at all. It has been particularly unsettled, if not very unsettled at times, with a number of particularly active areas of low pressure. Now, satellite imagery shows a reasonable start to Wednesday. There's been a lot of fine and dry weather with some brighter sunny spells. We do have an area of low pressure spinning away to the southwest of the country, and this region of cloud will approach from the south and southwest later today into Thursday to bring quite a cloudy and damp period of weather across central and southern areas on Thursday, but further north high pressure will become increasingly influential, leading to mainly dry conditions. And as things stand, we end the week, we do have an area of high pressure essentially within this region here. If I just highlight the main region in question, a distinct lack of any North Atlantic depressions here, and this area of high pressure will build eastwards and southeastwards, heading towards Ireland and the British Isles to end the working week. So an improvement in the weather is expected, with again, and finally, unfortunately, a trend towards high pressure, which will lead to a far more settled and benign period of weather. If we just take a quick look at latest high-resolution satellite and rainfall radar imagery, and as you can see, there is a lot of broken cloud across the country. A few light showers across parts of the north and west, but otherwise it is mainly dry, and that will remain this case through the rest of Wednesday, with again brighter sunny spells, but cloud, particularly across southern areas, will generally increase. So let's take a look at the all-important weather charts now to put the details onto the forecast and see this trend towards higher pressure. And again, through the rest of Wednesday, back to the short term, and it is a reasonable end to the day. Some brighter sunny spells, but quickly turning quite chilly actually this evening, especially across central and northern areas beneath clear skies. Now this evening and overnight into Thursday, this is when the rather cloudy and damp conditions will return northwards from the south. So we move into Thursday, particularly across central and southern areas of the country, quite a lot of cloud with again nothing more than nuisance value, patchy light rain or drizzle, but across northern areas, especially Ulster, it will be a dry start to Thursday. Now as Thursday progresses, and generally a north and south divide in the weather will develop, so by the time we get through to the middle of the afternoon, a legacy of rather cloudy and damp conditions is expected across central and southern areas of the country within this region here. But the further north you are, and again particularly across Ulster, cloud more broken here, allowing for some bright or sunny intervals. Now, through towards Friday, Thursday ends with increasingly high pressure arriving from the west. Certainly, again, something we've not seen much of in recent weeks, and this will lead to a very decent end to the working week. So we move through into Friday, and it is high pressure which become increasingly influential. Perhaps a chilly start on Friday morning, perhaps even with a little bit of mist and fog as well first thing on Friday, given the time of year. But we get through into Friday, and it is high pressure which dominates the weather, centred directly across the country. Atmospheric pressure perhaps up to 1,036 millibars if you've got a barometer. Certainly a good period of weather to set that barometer on Friday, again to around about 1,036 millibars. So through the course of Friday afternoon, a decent day on Friday, some brighter sunny spells, very, very quiet and benign spell of weather. Variable amounts of cloud, yes, but equally the cloud will break at times to allow for some bright or sunny intervals too. And just quickly jumping ahead into the final weekend of October, obviously the weekend when the clocks go back as well. Saturday, something of a cloudier and windier day, potentially with a few scattered showers across parts of the north and west of the country, otherwise still with a lot of generally dry weather. And then we move through into Sunday, and at the moment we see the potential development of a northerly wind, the first northerly wind of the season of any substantial potential, bringing a risk of a few scattered light showers, but otherwise again still a lot of dry weather. So emphasis in the coming days, particularly once we get to Friday and into the coming weekend, there is a lot of dry weather, and particularly compared with of late, but it will potentially turn colder from the north through Sunday, as obviously winds become more northerly, potentially leading to quite a cold night as things stand on Sunday night and through into Monday of next week, with perhaps the first widespread frost of the season. So let's take a look at the temperatures now through the rest of the week, and the first half of the week has seen pretty mild weather dominate. That's certainly in keeping with October as a whole, which will end up being generally mild, if not very mild. However, temperatures through the rest of the week, through the rest of Wednesday, 13, 14 likely maximum temperatures, but temperatures will drop away through the rest of the week, generally becoming much nearer to the late October average. So we move through into Thursday, maximum temperatures somewhere in the region around about 11 to 14 degrees Celsius, which again is generally around what temperatures should be for late October. Thursday night and through into Friday, it's certainly a chilly night, certainly possible. Minimum temperatures perhaps just 5 or 6 degrees into the early hours of Friday. And then we end the working week, again temperatures somewhere in the region around about 11 to 14 degrees at very best. So certainly feeling a little bit cooler and certainly more autumnal, especially early and late in the day by the time we get to the end of the week. So let's finally summarise that in a midweek weather summary. Looking at Thursday the 26th, we do see a north and south divide. The further north you are, especially across Ulster, a mainly dry day after a chilly start, but with some bright to sunny intervals then developing. Perhaps could be becoming rather cloudy across the south of this region though for a time into the afternoon. Many central and especially southern areas of the country on Thursday experiencing a mostly cloudy and damp day with some patchy and nuisance value light rain and drizzle. Certainly no heavy rain is to be expected, mind. And overall, quite mild still across the south, but otherwise temperatures on the decline. And we end the week, certainly average temperatures, and again feeling chilly, especially early and late in the day on Friday, and particularly compared with earlier in the week. But it will be a mainly dry end to the week as that area of high pressure arrives to lead to a bright or sunny day after morning mist and fog patches clear. And again, just to reiterate and emphasise, relatively high confidence too, that with the exception of perhaps a few showers on Saturday, the mainly dry weather, especially compared with recent weeks, will continue into the forthcoming weekend as well. So that's all the latest details for the rest of the week. As ever, I'll be back with you on Friday looking at the finer details of the weekend's weather. So thanks very much for tuning in, and I will be back soon.